One of the most concerning problems for the world is related to the management of wastes, due to some of them are poorly managed by the human being. And that poor waste management has affected the life quality and obviously the population dynamics in terms of economy. That's why the local governments have had to implement waste management plans for their cities, for their communities, for their countries. But what about the houses? Well, I have good news. The houses also can implement their own waste management plans. That's why we put on the task to set our own plan based on our house's context. So that plan also could be implemented in the long term to other houses, and why not in businesses or local stores and so on. To summarize our plan, we prepare an exposition that we are going to present to you. I apologize for mistakes in English the video could have, since we are not native speakers, so that's why I ask you for much patience at the moment of watching this video. Without more introduction, let's continue.
Hello everyone, welcome to our exposition about the Integrated Solid Waste Management Plan. The members of the group are Gabriel and me, Leonardo Solano, from the Environmental Management subject. And this exposition is made at November 8th of 2023. Well, first of all, we have to define what's this plan about. So first of all, we have to say that this is a plan that advocates for a correct waste management, setting guides to separate them correctly, as well as working as a tool to improve their possible reuse and merging into circular economy. So in other words, that it means that you have the wastes, and with those wastes you have to give them a very good management, a very good administration, in order to avoid the affectations to the environment, right? So that's why having one either in your enterprise or your house is very important for that purpose. Also, we have to tell about what kind of waste this plan considers, and mainly it considers two groups: the usable waste and the unusable waste. So the usable wastes, all the wastes that can be recycled and reused with another purpose, right? So for example, you have a bottle of water, and if you have that bottle, you can reuse it for adding other liquids such as water, such as soda maybe, or juice, so you don't throw it into the trash bin after consuming the products inside them. And that's a way to reuse that kind of waste that couldn't be considered waste anymore. And with the usable wastes, so our wastes such as the organics, like the eggshells, or like banana shells, what else? Maybe the apples, maybe the apples hearts, and well, there are many others, right? So that's why it's important to take into account that difference in order to know how to separate each of the wastes.
What are involved parties in the plan? Even though in the norms about the plan, the local and national authorities are protagonists. Local communities and households are the basis of everything, since they are first-tiered when it comes to managed waste. If you want to improve our plan, we need to keep working with the families and too with the national authorities, because that's so important to improve our environment and our health. Can households set their own plan? Of course they can plan it. Obviously adapted to their own factories and kind of waste they generate. These kind of plans cannot be implemented overnight, so it's necessary to make observations and enhancements to current waste management and in order to know how to build adequately. We need a very good amount of time to make our plan work, but if we can make that the families and the households work together, we can make our plan a reality.
And we are going to present our plan, but first off, we are presenting you like an inspirational phrase in order to give a context to our plan. Everything can begin from our houses, working as an inspiration for another ones by us. But it's okay, that's the main purpose of our plan, like working as an inspiration for other households, for enterprises, maybe if it could be adapted. And we are going to talk about this one in the next presentations. So first of all, we are going to talk about the description of our plan, and we can basically mean that taking into account our house's context, we created an integral solid waste management plan that can be adapted for the spaces that may not necessarily be houses with certain specifications, not necessarily are houses with two-story or that have certain measurements of broad or in narrowness. What else? Maybe the length of the house, the height of the house. That doesn't matter actually. So it can be adapted to different contexts. And for anyone without challenging their essence. So the essence of the plan is the same for every house, and that's why it's very versatile. Even this plan could be adapted to places different to houses at a long term. Why not? So we can adapt that plan for businesses, for factories, maybe for restaurants, or either case could be implemented.
Yeah, that's true. Our step-by-step actions. First step is define our plan scope. That's kind of ways are going to manage. Yeah, we need to know how it's the scope of the plan. You can talk about every single house in the city, but we can talk about like our apples, or like 2 or 3 houses can work together to improve our plan. Second, identify main places in common where it's going to produce wastes. Yeah, we need to identify the problem to search solutions. Third, assess and measure waste risk and environment impact. We need to see what kind of wastes are we generating and see how they impact the environment. And finally, we need to set the action plan based on the fund of the solution, following and schedule. Because without a schedule, we can see if the plan is going to work or it's going to fail or it's going to success. Where is its main waste source in common? Well, we have the rooms, the kitchens, the bathrooms, and the laundry rooms. In our pegrees, we see about what kind of wastes are generating in that part in the houses. And we see the kitchens and are the most waste generating in the house. So we need to find a solution to see how to improve our plan and try to mitigate the environmental impact.
Well, and we are going to talk about our findings in this management plan. For each and every place, we found several ways in common, which present risks to people, environmental impacts, and health hazards. These found features were the basis to make quantitative measures to every identified waste. So, in other words, you identify the wastes, you identify the places, and you have to pass those identifications to data, right? So we have to pass that to data, and with those data, we can make an assessment of the development of the wastes in the houses. By basically that, and we found 3 main solutions. First solution: reduce food waste, minimize the amount of food waste generated by 20% in the next year. So in other words, it's focus mostly in the kitchens, because it's the place with more of this kind of wastes. And with those kind of wastes, we can create like a plan, create like a strategy to reduce them. But that is related to the consumption that each house has, and it's quite the same with the second solution. Encourage paper and cardboard recycling. So basically, the idea is to increase the paper and cardboard recycling rate from current 40 up 40% up to 60% in the next 2 years. So it's an idea to reduce the wastes of paper and cardboard. For example, with the consumption of paper, with a printer, maybe the consumption of paper because of the toilet paper. Maybe also we can consider the wastes of paper in the kitchen with the packs, or with the how to say that, with the containers also that could be made of paper. And the third solution that is implement waste reusing programs. The idea is to set a reusing program of little wood objects and cleaning and cosmetics containers to prolong their useful life up to 30%. Like the water example, so maybe you have a bottle of water that you buy at the store, and with that same bottle of water you can add, I don't know, juice, you can add a soda. That's the same idea with the cosmetics containers. So you can use cosmetics containers as a place to place water, to place maybe other products of cleaning, or well, anything.
And finally, what comes next? After setting some solutions, we have to do and create qualitative goals to those solutions, which must be limited by sketchbooks, and in order to be able to evaluate if they are being met or not. Only with the good strategy will be possible to make true assessments and corrections plans to the solid waste management. Well, we need to see if the plans work or didn't work. We need to see if the families can do that plan or not. But the idea is making very simple, and if it's very simple, the families is going to make it true. That's the idea in the final scheme of the things. And with that, I think we end with our presentation.
Well guys, that was everything for today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell to stay tuned to new updates. And I will see you on the next video. Bye to everyone.